Hello, everyone. This is the 22nd and 24th President of the United States, John Steinbeck here, with a message for the people of Earth. You can watch the Bonehead Cartoon by clicking the link in the description. Also, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and brush up on your American history. I thank y'all.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to Ink the Book Show. I'm Ryan. What is that in the corner? I don't know. Oh, it's weird how panoramic this seems to be. But, what, love? Are you kidding me? How have you been? I'm so glad to see you here. Oh, that was a nice surprise. You know what else was a nice surprise? My intro title-y thingy played normal, I think. It wasn't all skippy and glitchy like it has been. I got nothing to say. I think I'm just gonna start drawing and maybe something will come to me. Yeah, you've been doing your final exams and studying. Good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. I'm doing good. I'm realizing I'm way behind where I wanted to be. Oh, you know what? It's a little loose. There we go. I'm a little behind where I wanted to. Well, I think I'm very behind where I wanted to be as far as inking this book by now. I think originally I wanted to be done inking the whole book by the end of May. And then I changed it to June, I think. But I don't think that's happening. There's a lot of pages to do left. I mean, it's not, but I don't think it's going to happen by the end of June. Let me turn this way. There we go. But other than that, I'm doing good. It's finally summer in Canada. Yeah, the weather just got really beautiful here in the past week or so. So I've been going outside and sitting on the porch, drawing and listening to podcasts and stuff. I haven't gone beyond my porch to enjoy the outdoors yet, but maybe soon. So let's see. So there's this art program. It's kind of like a streamlined Photoshop for making comics called Clip Studio Paint that a lot of artists use. You say, so sorry that I missed all the streams again. Oh no, don't be sorry. You got your stuff going on. But I am so happy to see you. You and Let Me Sleep both kind of disappeared a while back. And I kept saying I missed seeing you guys around. But yeah, this program, Clip Studio Paint, I've never had that version of it. But before it was Clip Studio Paint, it was called Manga Studio. And I have Manga Studio EX Pro, I'm not sure. I forget. It's out in the... I have the box still, and it's in the hall. So I don't remember. But I have the old version of it, which has worked well for me for making comics. You can make like 99-page documents at a time. And I drew like the first act of a comic book in there a couple of years ago that I'll probably revisit and finish someday. But anyway, I'm always thinking about it'd be nice to try out Clip Studio Paint because I've never tried the newer version of it. And Clip Studio Paint you can do animation in. Did Let Me Sleep come back? I probably have seen her once or twice since the last time I saw you, but not in a long time. I see her posting stuff on, because I have her on Instagram, so I see once in a while I see her posts on Instagram, but I haven't actually like talked to her or seen her in the streams in a while. But I'm always thinking it'd be nice to try Clip Studio Paint to see if I like it more than Manga Studio. Because I have Manga Studio 4, and then I tried 5 when that came out, and I didn't like 5. So I didn't think I was going to like Clip Studio Paint. But now I'm thinking it might be a good move to get it. The problem is if there's a Pro version of it and an EX version of it, and the Pro version has like the multi-page documents, like better suited for making comics, and it costs. It's a one-time payment, but it costs like over $200, and I'm not ready to. I could do it, but I don't want to do it. But so I was just looking at the site, just out of curiosity. Every once in a while I pull it up, and I realized, oh, I could do a free trial. Or I see now that they also have, maybe they always had this and I never noticed. I'm not very observant sometimes. But I saw that they have subscription plans too now. I don't think they had that before, but it's pretty cheap. It was like, if you're doing it to one device, I think it was like, for the Pro version, it was like $8 a month. That's not bad. And you could do it to multiple devices for a little bit more if you wanted. And I think I saw that if you subscribe for the year, which would be like $75 or something, I think it was. You get the first 3 months free. So I might give that a whirl, just to try it out. At least a free trial. I'll try. just because I'm curious if it handles any better than Manga Studio, which is kind of crusty and old at this point. I first used it 10 years ago. Oh, anyway, I was also before a while before I came on here, I was looking through my script and the remaining pages that I have to ink, and what was it? So this is page 154, and it goes up to 113 or so of the physical pages I have. And I'm going to have to add some pages too. Hey, Bucky. How's it going? I don't know if you remember What Love, but What Love's here. Anyway, I was looking through the pages, the remaining pages, and I was looking at my notes because a while back I realized there was a huge continuity error in the story that wasn't going to work at all. So I had to come up with a solution for it. I just haven't drawn the fixes yet or written it out in script form yet. And so I was looking at my fix, and I was my little notes and trying to like remember what was going to be going on with the end of this story. And I was trying to make sense of my notes and stuff, which took me a minute. And then I was kind of figuring out what I have to draw and redraw, and then and cut out. And then oh man, I came up with I think it's gonna work. I'm so excited. I'm coming up with some good ideas for the end of this book. It's like my mistake was a blessing in disguise, because I think it's going to end up making this a much better story. So I'm excited, and I love the look of a lot of the end pages of the book. Wait a minute. Maybe I can finish it by the end of June. Well, I don't know. I think it's going to be longer than June. It's not a lot longer like I was thinking a minute ago. I don't know. I was forgetting 30 is a lot of pages. If I do a page a day, which is what I try to do, though last month and this month haven't been that easy to make that happen. But I'm getting back into the swing of things. Because 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yeah, I'm not dramatically off of what I was planning when I was thinking by the end of June. Anyway, I'm excited about this story because I think it's going to work. The whole process of writing a comic has made me very self-conscious about my writing capabilities, but I'm muddling through it. I think I've got a decent story to tell. What'd you do? What'd you do, Vucky? Finish this line? That's weird. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do a. Oh, this should be his eyebrow. Kind of peeking out. I think Vucky killed a man. Oh wait, he says in my thumbnail. Oh, it's that's how I sign artwork sometimes. R-O, R with a circle in it, or circle with an R in it. Ryan O'Connor. Most of the stuff that I post anymore, I don't even sign. It's a good idea if you're trying to throw away your intellectual property. No. What Love might not know what you mean because she's on Twitch, but for some reason Twitch doesn't let me upload through StreamYard anyway. Twitch doesn't let me upload the when I start the stream through StreamYard like I do, Twitch won't let me upload artwork for the episode until after I end the stream. But there's a picture of a whale. Imagine a drawing of a whale. What Love and Twitch people out there. Imagine a crappy drawing of a whale I did a long time ago. And the drawing isn't so bad as the coloring of it is. And there's like a little R registered trademark looking symbol. That's how sometimes I'll sign my art. You thought you thought I illegally owned the concept of whale. It's a delightful scheme I've hatched. Whoa, 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 Pinocchio, you can't be using whales. That's my thing. You're gonna have to pay a hefty royalty. Collecting payments from Disney? Then I'd be royalty. Good one. Let's see, is this focused? I had to make sure I didn't draw like two left hands or something. I couldn't tell what I was looking at for a second. You say, who's Vincent Kasuga? Vincent Kasuga once owned every onion, says Bucky. And how'd he pull that off? Like, he actually owned the concept of an onion? The wet look. I don't think that, as much as I kind of like it, I don't think it works. He assumed he was a farmer and just bought out the competition while nobody was watching, and everyone who had pre-Vincent onion ate theirs without knowing the truth. Bought out the competition. Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's not every onion, is it? Yappy dogs outside. So I thought, so there's a tree right outside my window that I was saying the other day. It, like when the weather first gets nice in the year, it blooms and turns bright red for like a week, and then it fades, turns brown, and like dries up for the rest of the year. And I thought I missed it already because it was looking kind of brown the other day. But then yesterday or today, I noticed it was bright red. Yeah, I think it was today, because today I was noticing every tree in my neighborhood is so beautiful right now. And then I got home and saw mine. Let's see, so this goes here. There's one joint, two joints, three. Here's some other finger. And some kind of third finger. Here's this guy, this guy. Yeah, this arm would be in front of that. I was seeing this line of this arm follow through here, and I was like, oh no, did I just put the wrong hand in front of the other? But no, this is his right. It would be closer to us. It's okay for me to be dumb on this show, because I want everyone to see that even the dumbest dummy can make a comic. I've made so many dang gruesome mistakes on this channel where I just white out like half the page. There's one page where I think it was like 2 panels in a row. I couldn't figure out, like, Bonehead was supposed to be crossing his arms across his chest, and I had drawn it kind of lazily. Like, it looked right in the pencils, but it was kind of a lazy drawing. And then when I went to ink it, I realized it didn't exactly make sense. And I like kind of followed through on a bunch of the lines, and I had to like white out the whole dang thing because I realized too late it didn't make sense. That was that was such a trash fire page to work on. I wonder if my brother. I always invite my whole family, but my brothers Mike and Liam, they both together and with their significant others are going to Florida this week. I'm not sure if they're there already. Let me see if Liam's willing to come on. Eh? Eh? I say. Yeah, Liam's always looking for. He's trying to think of how to put more content on the Nam Just podcast channel. And I was telling him recently that anytime he comes on my show, I can clip out the like segments with him in it if we do anything exciting, and he can put it on that channel. So maybe he'll start coming back on more. I just like having him on because sometimes it gets a little hard just keeping up a conversation. It's like being the only voice in the room. It's kind of brain frying a little bit. Okay, what else? What else? But yeah, he might be on. He might even be going out to Florida right now. I don't know. I know it's really close to when he was supposed to go to Florida. Let me see. When to Florida already? I said, when are you going to? When are you guys going to Florida already? To my two brothers. and then there's supposed to be like some kind of label on here. Then there we go. So we've seen this before. We've seen him pour something into a frog's mouth. There's a scene like this earlier in the book. I think he pours it just right on top of the frog. Is there a name for reddish guy? Oh, in the cartoon, his name's Mort. Bonehead buddy. This guy, right? That's Mort. Colors. What about colors? Oh, you said no, reddish guy. What you talking about? That guy's red in the cartoon, but otherwise, I don't know what reddish guy you're talking about. Red guy. Or red gray. What? Oh, you said reddish gray. I'm dumb. You said, is there a name for reddish gray? I'm so dumb. I don't know why I was reading that as guy. Reddish gray. You said it over and over. Let's see. Reddish gray. Well, there's kind of these like muted red. Well, I don't know, like a warm gray, I guess you would call it. Or that's kind of how I think of these red colors. There's this flagstone red marker that I like. These are kind of like my favorite colors to use. clay rose, but as far as a proper name, I don't know. Like a muted red. You might call it. Or a reddish gray. I think that might be the name. They're duller than pink. Like I don't know if my camera's gonna do it justice, but here's a bright pink. That's not showing up very well, I don't think. But flagstone red. This is pink. This is flagstone red. Oh, that's. And here is red. It kind of looks orange on my screen. Reddish gray. That's flagstone red. On my markers, anyway. As far as Prismacolor is concerned. Okay. What a dingus. I can't read, I guess. I can't believe I read gray over and over and over as guy. I swear I'm usually more literate than that. You'll have to see it to believe it, I suppose. Okay. Wallaby. Okay. So I think her name is Veronica. I was just looking through the script, and I forgot that I want to look up her name. I think it's Veronica. I made her up just for this book. Say which one suits an alien spider castle? Red, gray, with various shades of both making up the details, or light blue with transparency and iridescent bits. For an alien spider castle, red, gray, or light blue. So I was saying those red gray colors are some of my favorite colors to use when I'm using my Prismacolor markers anyway. I'm picturing for a spider castle, an alien spider castle, which I've never seen before. I'm thinking red, the reddish gray color is the way to go for you. What a farce. It's like I can't read. I feel so dumb. Okay, here's a hand for you. Here's Tweren't nothing. It was like pulling teeth to get an answer to that question, but we got there. So, Alien Spider Castle, eh? I ain't never heard tell of such a thing. Okay, here's the stupid jacket. Oh, my brother Mike says that they are going to Florida tomorrow, anywhere from 4 to 8 a.m. How do they not know? Are they maybe they're driving out there? I don't know. Yeah, they must be if they don't know exactly when they're leaving. There's probably a 4-hour window because he's traveling with Liam. Liam can be complicated to make plans with sometimes. But we love him anyway. You say, I couldn't think of a normal location that would cater to the other. What sold this then? So is this you're writing a script, I think, right? Is that the is that what that's all about? Let's see here. We've got her handy. Gulp. Yes. You'll figure it out. Yeah, she's supposed to have like this little said still no idea who knows what at the beginning of the story. Yeah, scripts are tricky for me. It's like when I know something's right, I know something's right, you know? But it's like if it's not right, it's a lot of bumbling around and fumbling in the darkness for me. It's like, what do I do? What do I do? What needs to happen here? And for me, when I've written stories, it's like usually I just have a bunch of detached scenes in my head that I know I want to happen, and then it's just a matter of stringing them together in a good way. If that makes any sense. Like, I kind of knew a bunch of larger plot threads of what I thought this story was going to be when I started it. But then, like, I knew I wanted like a scene with this. Well, I don't know. I knew I wanted a scene where Bonehead is getting chased by a giant worm monster. I knew there was going to be the frog scene that I did a while back, where there's all these floating frogs in the room. While Billy the alien is shooting at Bonehead. I knew that there was going to be. I had a picture of Bonehead skating rollerblading down the city street, bumping into pedestrians, and like, I think I drew the scene of him bumping into the roach guy, like, way before I even wrote the script. Things like that. Let me see. I need to get some ink off this brush if I'm going to do the finer lines in the eye. He said, you have scenes planned out, but each one is marked with certain characters. You have to introduce those characters. Excuse me. But the introduction scene is so disconnected from everything. Yeah. And yeah, that's another thing, is trying to kind of casually introduce your characters inside the story. Oh, that's another scene that I knew I wanted, like, when I first made up Bonehead, before it was going to be a comic or anything, before it was a cartoon. And it's in the cartoon too, a little bit, where Bonehead goes into Mr. Shivers' office, and then Mr. Shivers has got, like, he's in the office chair, but his back is turned to Bonehead, and we don't see his face yet. And then he um, and then the scene where he goes, do I look angry to you? And he, like, leans into the light, and we see he's wearing a smiley face mask. That was like one of the first anything I made up of Bonehead. The first shot of Bonehead's boss. For a book about Bonehead isn't in a lot of these pages lately. There's a guy with a bone head here. A skull, if you will. Which you probably won't. No. I'm just talking. Close enough. Here's the new star of the comic. He did become like the second main character of the book, the bad guy here. We get his like whole backstory throughout the comic. There's at least 3 big chunks of the book that focus mainly on him. Everyone is bonehead if you don't know what a bonehead is. That's true. What kind of bonehead doesn't know a bonehead when they see one? Okay. Here's his crossbones bow tie. Because he looks like a skull and crossbones. Okay. Drop shadow under this collar. Let me finish these bones. What are we gonna do with these bones? What are we gonna do with these bones? Send them to Stubbs. They Might Be Giants nerdiness is coming through again. So They Might Be Giants did a tour where they wrote a song for each venue that they played. And then they put out a CD with all the venue songs on it. It's called Venue Songs. And then there's a DVD that goes with it where they did music videos for 11 of them. And John Hodgman, who at the time was, I think he was periodically making appearances on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. And he was also in the Mac PC commercials as the PC with Justin Long being the Mac. He's currently the guy on there's some Adult Swim, I've never seen it. There's some Adult Swim show called Dicktown. He's that guy. It looks kind of like Mike Tyson Mysteries. Mike Tyson Mysteries was an amazing show. But I think it got canceled, and then Norm Macdonald died kind of at the same time. That's gone. Unfortunately, that was such a funny show, and poor Norm Macdonald. Anyway, what was I talking about? John Hodgman. John Hodgman's the narrator of the Venue Songs DVD. That's all. That's what that Bones Stubbs song I was just singing was. Let's see. In a brief Aspergian outburst. I think. Let me just get some drop shadow under the bones. You say something. That sounds like an Adult Swim show. Yes. Mike Tyson Mysteries was Adult Swim. Dicktown is also Adult Swim, but I've never seen that one. The Shivering Truth on Adult Swim, I think, right? Isn't that the really weird one? And it's kind of like a sketch show, and it's just like really strange and kind of off-putting. I think I've seen it a little tiny bit. If we're talking about the same thing, where I think that was my takeaway, was strange and off-putting. But I didn't really give it much of a chance. I wasn't like trying to watch it at the time. So yeah, also, yeah. Have you watched much of it? Is it good? Do I need to watch more of it? This woman kind of reminds me of a person I know. It wasn't designed after anybody in particular, but it does remind me of a real person. Said you like it, but you can see why people don't like it. I like dark humor and stuff. I always have. But I feel like I wasn't sure if that was going to be something I would like. I'm not sure if that was particularly something I would like. Like, I've never really seen the Eric Andre show, but I get the impression that that's like really dark and obnoxious and kind of like comedically off-putting. But I don't know if I would like his show either. I like that guy to some extent, but I don't know. I guess I don't really know him from much other than Disenchantment on Netflix. Like I was really into like when I was a kid. Remember, I don't know if you've seen the Tom Green show, but I used to think that was super funny because he was so strange and like I thought Tom Green was hysterical. There was one episode where he was doing what was he doing? I don't remember too much of the Tom Green show, but there was like a cave of babies. So he claimed, where he went into this cave and pulled out a bunch of baby dolls, and then he started throwing them at cars or something. Very strange. I can see why people would not have liked Tom Green at all back then, but I thought he was very funny. There's another there's another one where he was wearing this what do you call it, acrylic box around him while he smoked cigarettes, and he would walk into like public like stores and restaurants and stuff to so he could get away with smoking indoors. And everyone was just like shooing him out of the building, like, you can't be in here with that. I think I remember him getting like stuck in a bunch of doorways when the guy was trying to like push him out of his store. He was like clumsily like getting stuck in the doorway. Because it's just this big obnoxious box around him. I thought she had a neck like his, but she doesn't. I just remembered. So that line was for a drop shadow, I think. Okay. That was funny because, like, in later years, I think even still, he has more of a talk show kind of thing that he does, Tom Green. And I remember seeing a segment of it years ago where it seems like Tom Green had mellowed out a lot since the Tom Green show on MTV. Um, and some guy came on to his talk show, and he had this like guitar that was like a chainsaw, and he was all like wild and crazy and like showing off his crazy guitar chainsaw on the Tom Green talk show. And what does he do? He starts like chainsawing Tom Green's desk, and Tom Green got really pissed off at him for like chopping up his desk. But I was like, dude, you're the guy who would have been doing that like just 10 years ago. That would have been you. This is your kindred spirit. How are you going to get mad at him? That's what you do on a talk show. If Conan had $1 for every guest that came on and chopped his desk to bits, he'd be a millionaire. But he's just Conan O'Brien. Chop me up into pieces, if it pleases, if it pleases. And when the chopping is through, every piece will say, I love you. Here in the Museum of Idiots. That's mean. I'd have to sing loud to sing it well, okay? Give me a break. Come on, come on. It's another case of you'll have to believe it when you see it, but I sing better when I'm not on this show. So I always do the inverted silhouettes in this book so far, I think. I don't know if I've done any proper silhouettes with the black on white. I'm always doing the white silhouette on a black background, which is a thing I got from Doug TenNapel. He uses that a lot. He uses silhouettes a lot. But that's also a thing that Hank Ketchum, the guy who did Dennis the Menace, would use a lot. I think I'm going with a pardon me, man. I'm going with a regular silhouette on this one. Less than an hour and a half so far. This page went a lot quicker than the last one, I think. Every piece of me will say I love you, you. Here in the Museum of Idiots. What a tragic sound you just had to hear. I'm sorry. It's like a cat in a garbage disposal. Where it belongs. No, I'm just kidding, sorry. Oh, am I singing? I sing a lot around the house, I think. I sing a lot in my car. Maybe I should keep it there. That's from one of my favorite albums by They Might Be Giants called The Spine. That's my that was one of my go-to albums for when it was time to do chores. Like every time I would mow the lawn, I would put on The Spine. And then it's about 39 minutes long. It was like right when it would end, I'd be about done mowing the back lawn. See, I would always do the back lawn, which had all these it was like mowing an obstacle course. And then my brother would always get the easy front yard. Which was smaller and straightforward. Ooh, I like the silhouette of this hand. This one, I think I know why I made that finger so short, but I think I see what I was doing with it, but I'm going to make it longer. It'll just make more sense in the silhouette. if it doesn't read as intended, it's a failure. You gotta make your images clear to the viewer. At least that's the goal. Not saying I'm the best at it, but that's what I'm thinking about anyway. Or hopefully remembering to think about. Oh, I just remembered. Something got me thinking about The Sixth Sense today. And without giving away the end of The Sixth Sense, before I saw it in theaters, because I saw it in theaters when I was like, I had to be 12. And I went with my buddy and my sister. I lived like right next door to a movie theater at the time. And everyone was talking about like, oh man, did anyone see that ending coming? Blah, blah, blah. What a twist. You know, it was like the first big M. Night Shyamalan thing. And everyone was so excited about The Sixth Sense when it came out. So I was like, well, I want to see it. And so we went to see it, but we got to the theater late. I'm kind of ruining the movie anyway, in a way. Like, but we missed the first scene. So we totally didn't see the ending coming. But I always think, like, if I saw that first scene, I feel like I would have seen the ending coming. You know? It's still a good movie. I like that movie a lot. There's another movie with one of my favorite movies is Fight Club, where my buddy, before I had seen it, my buddy was telling me about it. He's like, "Oh, you gotta see Fight Club," and he was like telling me everything about the movie, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and he totally spoiled the big reveal in the movie about Brad Pitt's character, and but I didn't know it was a big spoiler when he told me. And so anyway, he's telling me all about it. He's like, "Come on, we'll watch it right now." And then he put on the movie, and we're watching it, and I was like really liking it, but I was enjoying it so much that I totally forgot the big thing that I had been told. That it was like I didn't remember that he told me until they said it in the movie, until they revealed it in the movie, and I was like, "Whoa, he shouldn't have told me that." But it's a good thing I forgot about it until just then. I was still able to like fully enjoy the movie. It was still like a surprise for me just because I had forgotten that he told me that. So somehow I enjoyed that movie in spite of it being spoiled. But yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time. I used to have a big Brad Pitt from Fight Club holding a bar of soap poster in my room. It's like rolled up in my basement somewhere now. One time, my dad and my brother were like talking all kinds of smack about me. This was years and years ago. They were just like, just digging into me about I don't even know what. But then my dad said something like, "Yeah, he's got a big poster of Brad Pitt on his bedroom wall." And then my brother started laughing because he knew my dad didn't actually know that I actually did have a big poster of Brad Pitt on my bedroom wall. And it was like 24 by 36. It was like a giant poster of him. I'd gotten it from like some comic convention. Okay. Yeah. Almost done here. So I think I'm going to clean up her teeth in this silhouette a little bit. I don't think that's a clean angle. Nice sharp corners. Okay. So this is page 154. And do all the drop shed, all the necessary drop shadows. All right. Okay. So I think that's it for today. And I'll be back with this page tomorrow. At some point. Probably about the same time as today. Okay. Reunited and it feels alright. Hi, everybody. Okay. Bye, everybody. This has been Ink the Book Show with me, Ryan O'Connor. Thank you for watching. Keep on watching. I'm doing this just about every single day I can make it happen. So, yeah. About the same time tomorrow, about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock maybe. I'll be back tomorrow. And that's Central Time. Fools. Okay. Thanks, Bucky. Good to see you. Very good to see What Love again. I'm glad to know she's doing good. Still checking in on the show. That was a wonderful surprise. All right. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Ink the Book.